Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tarun again, back with another fitness video for you folks. So I just want to first thank you all that for showering me with so much affection and all the love that you've been very supportive of the channel, and I'm really happy that this channel is helping you folks in terms of fitness knowledge or anything to do with your fitness queries around supplementation and everything. So I believe that sharing my experience can come in handy to you folks. And the other day I was reading this list of comments that I was getting on my YouTube, and there is no dearth of haters out there, and YouTube is actually very brutal when it comes to these things. So some of the haters have actually said that, hey, Tarun is getting a lot of money for this, of endorsing products. He gets this, he gets so many views. Guys, let me tell you something about myself. I don't do this for money. If I wanted to do anything for money, I've been a corporate guy in the past. I've worked with brands like MetLife, HSBC, IBM, Genpact. I was making considerable amount of money. If I wanted to make money, I would have continued to do my job and I would have made that much money, and alongside I would have done this. But I chose to leave my job out and do this, so that I could help people out, and so that for comments like when people thank me for all the difference that I'm making into their lives, that's what I'm here for. And that's exactly what gives me that, remember that movie Kick? That's what gives me that kick in life, just to help you folks out. And I'm not getting paid by anyone. I don't have a sponsor. I really don't have I don't get paid by YouTube. You'd be surprised that YouTube has a monetizing option. I haven't even monetized that yet. It's that surprising, or is that shocking to it? Because I feel that if you're passionate about something, money comes in much later, and and not everything in life is to be done for money, right? There's something called genuinely helping people out, and that is exactly what I'm doing. Anyway, so that's more on this side. And today I want to cover something very interesting, something which most of you folks have been asking, especially young kids, asking me that, Tarun, is there a way to increase height? And the other question, the same set of question, which is the extension of that question, is what is the right age for us to start training with weights? Because as per Indian context, apparently Indian parents have this thing that the kids should not be allowed to train in the gym. As per them, the weight training or training with weights or strength training will stop or retard or stunt their height. These are the set of questions I'll be addressing. So let's get right to it. So I'm going to address the latter question first. Can weight training stunt your height? Can it actually stop your height? So to that question, the answer is no. Weight training will never stunt your height. I think it's one of the biggest myths that was floating across for years, and has been busted by so many people. Look at all the European kids, look at all the American kids, look at all these basketball players, and they dabble with weights at the young age of 8 years, 9 years. If weight training had anything to do with it, they would all be like 4 feet, maximum 5 feet tall. And this myth was actually came in late 80s, when people thought, people who were researchers, that thought that the gravitational pull that happens on kids, so what it does is it's premature their bones quickly, and that prematurity of bones kind of retard their growth and height, which obviously has been busted now, which has nothing to do with it. And plus, height has a lot to do with your hormones and genetics too. If your parents are tall, chances are you would also be taller. But hey, there are a lot of things you can do to gain height, which comes to the second part of the question. So let me just finish the first part, which is can weight training stop your height? Absolutely not. What is the right age to start training with weights? I've done a different video on it, but again I'm going to address it quickly here in this video too. The right age to start training with weights is any age, guys. You can even start at the age of 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, up to you. So long you have the right guidance, so long you have the right coach, so long you have the right trainer helping you. Because kids really don't know how to do push-ups. Kids really don't know what to do with their own body weight. Actually, on the contrary, first kids need to master, learn to tackle their own weight through body weight exercises, and after that they can slowly graduate to weight training. And weight training will never ever stunt your growth. So Indian parents, if you're listening to me, it's my humble request to you, if your kids want to train with weights, hey, let them do it. Just ensure that you put them under the right guidance and put them under the right coach for them to get stronger. And a stronger kid means a healthier kid, and yes, they will go taller. It would not stop their growth. Now comes point number 2. Now let's say you've done your weight training, and you are 17 years, 18 years, 19 years. Can you still get taller? and like, because I hear a lot of questions from people asking me that I'm 20 years old, 18 years old, is that it? Like, can I only grow till the age of 18 years, 19 years? Can I still gain height? The answer to that question is yes and no together. See, again, height is something, it's very, very genetical in nature. It all depends on your genetics and also depends on your lifestyle. But if somebody were to claim, because I see a lot of ads and commercials on television, claiming that, hey, you can take this product, or you can, take this slipper, it will increase your height. And you also must have seen in auto rickshaws, at the back saying that, height badhaye warna paise wapas paaye. There's so many, false claims. Honestly, you can never, gain height by taking any product or medication. That's a fact, guys. Please accept it. If you're investing any money, please, just stop it right there. But I can tell you naturally, how you can gain an inch or two depending on your lifestyle. So, for example, you may want to clean up your diet. When I say clean up your diet, you can add a lot of zinc in your diet. You can add a lot of eggs in your diet. You can add a lot of ashwagandha in your diet. These are natural things that you can, in your diet that can actually help you gain height. Two, and this is an old school thought, but it still works on some people, hanging exercises. If you can do that, nothing like it. But again, it all depends on your genetics and hormones. If you feel that you cannot gain height, I feel don't give up till the time you're 20, 21, 22. And I've also seen guys gaining an inch at the age of 24, 25. It all depends on your lifestyle, what you've been doing, if you're playing any sport, or what kind of lifestyle are you leading. So it all boils down to that. But if you're short, if you're, let's say, 5 feet 4 inches, you really don't have to get worked up about it, because all the good things comes in small packages. Look at Sachin Tendulkar of the world, look at Salman Khan, Amir Khan. All the good guys, all the talented folks are of short height. The idea for you is to not get conscious. Height is not everything. It's your friggin' attitude. If you feel you're confident enough, if you feel that you can carry your height with utmost ease and panache, hey, why not? Height is not a barrier for you. But again, but if you get this into your head that, hey, I'm short, people are looking at me because I'm short, it's actually it's the other way around too. I'll give you an example of my own wife. That my wife is about 5'9", and there were times, initially when we met up, she was very conscious about her height for the fact that she felt that she was literally too tall. So it doesn't mean just because you're short you get conscious. Even tall people feel that they're too, people are watching them because they're too tall. So there is no, how do I put it? It's all boils down to you and your attitude. If you're short, if you feel that you're fine, you're fine. If you're tall, if you feel you're fine, you're fine. You really don't have to get worked up about your height. It all boils down to your own friggin' attitude. So I hope this answers your question. I hope you get this into your head loud and clear that, at the end of the day, I need to be comfortable with myself. I need to get comfortable with my skin. Hey, but at the same time, I can try out certain things, with food such as zinc or ashwagandha and eggs, things like which can add, and some hanging exercise, which may affect my height or may not affect my height, which is absolutely fine. But even if it doesn't, hey, who cares? I'm cool with myself. So that's pretty much it from the height perspective. I'll keep covering such topics for you folks, for you to get some perspective. Any one of you who have any questions around height, or any one of you who wants to further dwell upon this topic, feel free to reach out to me on my YouTube, Facebook, or even on my Instagram, and I'll be very happy to help you with your query. So until we meet again, peace.